Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that play as well. Okay, let's go on to our bad. Clint, what was your bad for wild card weekend?
I'm going to be fair about this, but since we're doing bad first, the bad is going to be Jordan Love.
Okay.
That like we had for years, like the Packers have had the offense, but never the defense.
Mhm.
And now they have the defense, and the offense was just nowhere to be found outside of an awesome Josh Jacobs run.
Mhm.
And it was just all over the place. And we talked about it last year. Did he regress a little?
Mhm.
And I mean, I was a little harsh. I called it like a disastrous season. And I was just, I'll run through them quick. The 35th rated accurate passer in 2024 by accuracy rate. The only quarterbacks worse: Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, and Dak Prescott. In
That's
pure
tough.
drop back, not RPO, non-screen pass, just straight drop back pass. 57%, 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. It's the lowest TD to interception ratio among all quarterbacks, 26th and 27th in the other two stats. It just fell off the wheels, and we had talked about they've kind of like boxed Jordan Love in because of some of the things that he kind of maybe isn't seeing on the field. And the Packers opened up the game a little bit in this one, and it kind of went how I thought when you were going to have to make him throw. And it was just, I don't think he's that bad, but Packers offseason comes on. We got to figure out what's in this guy's head, because he's got the physical ability, but that was brutal to watch.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to do a better job of just like planting his feet because he does throw off his back foot a lot, and I think that's
Yeah,
part of it. Go ahead, Chris.
because he watched Rodgers for 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
whatever it was, and Rodgers could get away with that for most of his career because he's got one of the greatest arms in NFL history. And Jordan Love has a very good arm, but he does not have Aaron Rodgers' arm.
That's fair. That's fair. Any other thoughts, Chris? You're the Packer fan here, as far as the bad for
Um,
Love
no,
or the
I,
Packer
I
game?
agree with everything Clint said. The second interception that went right to Baum, that just kind of broke me a little bit, because it's like, what do you do? What do you?
Right,
I know
right.
the concept of the play was going to be an in breaker to Kraft and Kraft slip, but then it's like you can see right in front of you that your guy is not where he's supposed to be, and you just throw it anyway. That's why, like Clint said, it's like they got to figure out like the mental part. Like, why are you making these? You're 26 years old or whatever. You've been in the league for 5 years. Like, why are you doing this
Yeah.
idiotic decision making? But I mean, as far as the game itself, it wasn't too off from what I pretty much expected. The Packers did all the things that they've been doing bad all year: special teams mistakes, really dumb penalties, dumb personal foul penalties where defensive players are making some hot-headed, stupid after the whistle play,
Hmm.
gives up 15 yards. It's all that. I mean, the defense was fantastic. I got no issues with how they played. They played really well, but offensively, it was all the little things that add up over the course of the year. And they just, get magnified on the biggest stage. It's the playoffs. So they blow up, and we're building to this. So it was pretty much, I don't know if it was quite, I didn't think it'd be that bad, but it was more or less how I expected that was going to go.
Yeah, and I'll just add my bad to this because it's on the same line. I just thought the entire game was kind of bad. I was like, which team feels really good about themselves after this game? Like, do you feel good as an Eagles fan after watching that game? Like, you should have been able to, like, we talked about them not having Alexander, and being able to kind of pass on them. They did not pass the ball very well. Hurts was off, and I know he had to last like 3 weeks off, but he's got to get going. It's playoff football. And the Packers lost this game and turned the ball over 4 times, including the first kickoff. It's like, man, if you take away like two, maybe three of those turnovers, you might have won this game. Like it was. I mean, if I'm going into next week, I don't feel good if I'm an Eagles fan, and I don't feel good if I'm a Packer fan right now, because it's like, man, we could have actually maybe had that one if Jordan Love would have played an average or above average game. That. So that's part of my bad for the week.
Yeah.
Anything to add about that game? No.
You said it. Jalen Hurts is just
Yeah.
minus the first throw where the Packers gave him forever, which they kind of rushed right, but you want to actually get there. But they did the thing, keep him in the pocket, and he had like 7 seconds to throw.
Yeah.
And someone's going to get open. After that, it was. I mean, I've never been high on Jalen Hurts, but like you said, you can't look at that game and be like, oh yeah, bring on that Rams defense that just looked amazing. We'll tear them up.
Yeah. Well, maybe some book out there can help them if they all just sit down and read it together, like a inspirational book of some sort that might appear on the sidelines. Okay. Chris, you got your bad for wild card week?
I think mine was going to be, I guess, my mind was probably just going to be the Packers. So we've said what we need to say.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. Let's go on to our ugly then. And Chris, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.